is an NBC News special report. Artemis II, Journey to the Moon. Here is Tom Llamas.
And good evening. We are coming to you live tonight from the Kennedy Space Center right here in Florida for the historic launch of the Artemis II mission. The final countdown is on. Just minutes from now, we'll see 4 astronauts lift off on a journey around the moon. It is the first time NASA has sent humans into deep space since 1972, and this crew will lay eyes on parts of the moon's far side that no human has seen with their own eyes. Today's journey setting the stage for NASA's return to the moon, a goal slated for sometime in 2028. On board the spacecraft, Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen. Tonight's highly anticipated launch has been months in the making. NASA has cameras capturing every angle inside the capsule, and what you're looking at now, showing the Space Launch System, the SLS. You're going to hear that phrase a lot today. It is the most powerful booster in the world, 32 stories tall. We're about 5 minutes right now from a critical moment when the launch director polls the team to ensure they are a, quote, go for launch. We're going to bring you every single moment live as it happens. And joining us here at the Kennedy Space Center tonight to watch this historic moment unfold, today co-host Al Roker, NBC News senior correspondent Tom Costello, and we're so honored to have former NASA astronaut Steve Robinson. Steve, I'm going to start with you here. You have been in this moment, maybe not like this mission, but you have been there ready to lift off. What's going through the astronauts' heads right now?
Well, they're very glad after years and years of preparation. The total astronaut training in this crew amounts to 60 years of these 4 people. They are ready to go. They're looking forward to it, and the thrust is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Tom Costello, they have been together for 3 years training for this moment. Yeah. This is a moment that we have not seen since the 70s, more than 50 years. And this really is the first critical step in what could be the new space race, and maybe it starts right now.
I think that's right. I think what you talk to the NASA administrators, you talk to the astronauts, they say this is the new Artemis generation. We had the Apollo generation, and Artemis, by the way, is the twin Greek god of Apollo, and they are literally taking it to the next step, taking a page from Apollo and moving on. And these astronauts, I've interviewed them all. I know that we've all met them before. They are impressive. They are smart. They are nice. And they are really up to this job. They've been training together for 3 years. They are very tight.
And Tom, remind our viewers, they have named their capsule a special name. What is the name and what is the meaning behind it?
Integrity. Yeah. And you may say, well, why would you name a capsule Integrity? And I asked, Commander Reed Wiseman that question. He said, because we believe it is critical to who we are and what our mission is. And he said, we are always telling each other we've got to remain in integrity. And they say, if I screw up, if I have a moment where I'm a little selfish or self-centered, I have to say, wait, I'm out of integrity. I need to bring it back. And so that is what they have called their Orion space capsule, Integrity.
At last check, we were a 90% go from mission control for a liftoff. Al Roker is joining us. We were speaking about the gods here with Tom Costello. I'm thinking about the weather gods, and,
yes.
And Al, it could not be better, right?
They are smiling right now, Tom. In fact, as you look there at the SLS, there are 3 600-foot towers. Those are lightning attractors, lightning rods, basically. They also have weather instruments on them. They're monitoring them closely. But the weather is not a problem. Right now, 76 degrees, southeasterly winds at 9 miles per hour, 14-mile-per-hour wind gusts, well within the parameters of launch. Right now, we got a sea breeze of maybe up to 20 miles per hour, pushing the showers inland. But as you can see, most of them are well to the west, and so the clouds clearing for the East Coast. It's going to be just a spectacular night of viewing as far as the weather is concerned.
Tom, when we talk about engineering, innovation, ambition, it all comes together in the SLS. Explain to our viewers why this is so different, why it's so special, as we can see it to the left of us right here.
Yeah, and they are clearly borrowing pieces of the shuttle program and Apollo. This is the biggest, most powerful rocket, most powerful, I should say, that NASA's ever put together, right? And so they are borrowing that core, you saw that core rocket, right? That looks like a piece of the shuttle. That's kind of the same concept, liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen. The boosters on the side, those 2 white boosters, those are like sticks of dynamite. You target that thing, and they're going to go.
And Steve, this is a 10-day mission. They're going to take off here. This first day, obviously, very critical as we get closer and closer to that check if they are a go. Again, that's going to happen around 6:07. We're going to bring that to you live. But these first critical minutes are so important as they try to leave the Earth's orbit, try to make sure everything works up until the 3 hours later where that capsule essentially comes off.
You're looking at a crew that has years of experience as military test pilots. They couldn't have chosen better because this is a test mission in so many ways. But it's a test of both the humans and the spacecraft.
Tom, we have breaking news, if I could.
Yeah,
they have now cleared the battery issue. You may recall they were working 2 issues a few moments ago. They've now cleared both of them, which suggests, and the weather, as you said, is good, which suggests they're going forward.
So far, there are no roadblocks. As it seems right now, we still have a few minutes, about 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes before this happens. But right now, we're at 90% for a go. We look at this massive rocket, right, Steve? And it is huge. And Tom has described this to us, 32 stories tall and all that. But where these actual astronauts are going to be are only about the size of 2 minivans. And they're going to be together for 10 days. How do they do this?
Well, they've been training together for years. Believe me, you get to know your crew better probably than your own family. They've seen you at your best and they have seen you at your worst, and you can still work together and complement each other's talents.
Al, the famous book, the famous movie, The Right Stuff, you had a chance to sit with these astronauts and talk to them. This is an incredible group, and a lot of firsts, too, for NASA and for America.
That's right. First Canadian, first woman, first African-American going to around the moon, which is going to be spectacular. But each one of them, if you bring that up, they said that's not the important thing. The important thing is they are going up together. They're going up to prepare for Artemis II, and the integrity, again, to their capsule name, is their driving mission. But they also said that this is important to them because they want people to look at this as we can still do great big things. And that's so important.
Yeah, and just like President Kennedy essentially gave an instruction manual, if you will, to the country on what we could do if we put our minds to it, the Artemis mission hopes to do even more than that, right? Circle the moon, land on the moon, build a lunar colony, and then essentially one day, Tom Costello, you can explain this because this gets very complicated, and it's very far away, one day go to Mars from the moon.
Yeah, that's right. The idea here is that you cannot get to Mars with simply by coming from Earth. The breaking out of the Earth's gravitational pull is too hard. You've got to go to the moon, use a moon base, and then eventually go to Mars. But listen, this is not going to happen overnight. I mean, if you talk to anybody, any of the engineers who are in the depth of this, they will tell you this is probably decades away. And they're now talking about going to Mars using a nuclear engine. Not necessarily the rocket fuel that is currently loaded up, but a nuclear engine. That's a new generation of technology. So don't expect that we're talking about this happening, in the next 10 years or so. But they are talking about building this lunar base, making it a habitat for science, and then building that out and eventually using that to move on to Mars.
And Steve, as we wait, and I'm going to talk to our control room here, it's the 6:07 mark. Have they already asked the team yet if they are a go? I want to make sure that has happened. It was supposed to happen around this mark. It still hasn't happened. We get a rundown, right, from NASA. They give it to us minute by minute, almost second by second. But sometimes it's a little off, right? They have to make sure everything's in place. And it might say 6:07 on paper, but the rundown is written in pencil.
They're called built-in holds, exactly for that. Nobody's done this before. So we think we know how long it's going to take, but there's the wiggle room. And then again, the launch window is 2 hours long.
The mission commander, the pilot, talk to us about the roles that they hold in this mission here.
The commander is the leader of the team and the person who is going to make the hard decisions if there are any to make, and there will be, on this mission. This mission will be full of surprises. All missions are, and especially first missions. Reed Wiseman is exactly the right person to make those big decisions, and he always brings in other people's opinions. They will work as a team under his leadership. And Vic Glover gets to actually act as a test pilot in a vehicle that nobody has ever flown before.
Yeah.
What could be more in line with exactly who that man is?
Pretty incredible. Reed Wiseman, youth sports, Tom Costello. There's a thing called the hype dad. He's the dad who comes together and gets everyone pumped up about it. He is essentially the hype dad on this mission. When he comes out in interviews, he's just so excited, and he wants to get the country excited about this.
He is, listen, I think he is a very impressive man. I mean, his resume is very impressive. He clearly has leadership capabilities. From a personal perspective, he lost his wife to cancer. He is a single father to 2 daughters, and they told the story today that when he went to them and said he'd been selected as the commander for this mission, he was worried that they may not want him to go. Instead, they said, you've got to go. And the next morning, he woke up, and they had made him moon cupcakes, endorsing his trip to the moon.
Incredible. And then, Al, Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian, the biggest human inside the capsule. And he's got a sense of humor. He says, I'm the only Canadian, and I've never been to space. So if this doesn't work out, they're going to blame Canada. So he's got a sense of humor going into there. But what an incredible opportunity, right, to join America and to go up into space in this mission.
Absolutely. And they are bonded by this brotherhood, sisterhood, of everybody. And we're hearing the mission control talking right now.
Guys, we're going to listen for a second. I want to see if they're going to ask the crew if they're ready. All right, it sounds like we're not there yet. Again, we're waiting for the moment the launch director is going to pull the team to say they are a go. Steve, sort of peel back the curtain for us. Why is that part so important? There's so much technology on this. They're constantly talking. Why do you need that verbal confirmation?
The technology, most of it is couched in software that is new. We need human brains, human intellect, and the human ability to both predict what's going to happen next, even if we've never seen it before, and then be ready for it by the time you get there. That's what humans do way better than software.
Yeah. Tom, so many of these launches we've done lately have felt like it's been private space travel, private space exploration, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and yet we're here for NASA. This is a huge moment for NASA.
It's a big moment for NASA because the SLS is essentially the next generation of Apollo, right? You went from the Saturn V into this rocket, but make no mistake about it. NASA knows they cannot get to the moon without the private sector. So now this sets up a big superpower competition, if you will, between Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin. NASA doesn't yet have the spaceship to get down to the lunar surface. So now it's told these two, you compete. You guys come up with the best ship, and you better do it fast because we need you in 2 years. So they are really working hard. Here at the Kennedy Space Center, you've got the architecture, huge assembly facilities for both SpaceX and Blue Origin. Can I tell you, I'm listening right now, ground systems, and so far the launch teams are all going forward with this.
Okay, have we crossed that threshold where they've given the official go?
They're about to hold them now.
Okay, let's listen in.
A chance to review the findings, and they do not have any constraints from either a CIS or MER manager perspective.
Okay, copy all. And launch director, NTD, you copy?
Yes, sir. I copy. That's good news.
OTC, CCL 212.
OTC.
ARS primary loop isolation valve configuration is complete.
Copy.
Steve, if you can, kind of walk us through, and we'll do the sort of the golf voice as we're waiting for them to hit the putt. But obviously, in this case, the stakes are so much higher.
TLS copies.
The back and forth that we're hearing now. Talk to us. We'll translate it for us.
We got a little bit more work to do before we pick up the clock, and we're about a little over a minute from getting to T-minus 10 minutes. But we've canceled the resume time there, and then we'll pick it up after we get through all of our work and anything else that we need to do to get through the remainder of count. So we'll continue working that to get to our T0 today. So when
Sounds
we get
like we checked in at the right time.
About 50 seconds from now, we'll extend that hold.
Okay, we're going to have a little bit of an extended hold. All the different checks and reconfigurations are taking a little bit longer than they had expected. But really, that would have been the shortest time. That's why these built-in holds are there. Yeah. So this is absolutely normal. There's actually no problems that they've mentioned. So it just means that they're going to stretch out that hold time a little bit. So we're probably not going to launch in 10 minutes and 30 seconds. It'll be a couple minutes more.
Yeah, Tom, you've done so many of these launches. These things happen. Again, as Steve pointed out, nothing serious. It's just, again, the rundown's written in pencil. You get these holds. Maybe you hit them, maybe you don't. Nothing like this has ever been done before. And again, we can't stress to our viewers enough, humans have never been on this rocket.
That's
right.
This is
the first.
That's right. And so you've got 4 lives that are depending on this to work well. And everybody in the launch facility, the launch control center, to do their jobs and to be looking for any issues whatsoever. Listen, it's a 2-hour window. It opens at 6:24. They don't have to go at 6:24. They can take any time during that. However, there are 16 minutes of windows in the launch window that they cannot launch because they've got issues. For example, it may be orbiting space junk, right? It may be a conflict of some type. So even though they've got a 2-hour window, there are little blips within that 2-hour window that they can't go. So this is really down to the millisecond of planning.
Yeah, Al, before we're going to take a station break and talk to our stations, I'm feeling the wind. The wind was a little bit of a concern, but it's okay so far, right?
It's really all right. It's all good. And again, the precipitation, anything of any concern, has moved far enough west. It's not a problem. So all in all, it's pretty good. And the other thing, to Tom's point, this is all a shakeout cruise. Yeah. I mean, they're doing all this kind of testing.
All right, Al, thanks for that. I want to pause for a moment to let some stations join our coverage.
T-10 hold, and that's a normal hold, I believe.
Yep. Welcome to our viewers just joining us. We are moments away from the historic launch of the Artemis II that you see right there. 4 NASA astronauts about to lift off on a journey around the moon. With more for this launch, Tom Costello joins me along with Al Roker and former astronaut Steve Robinson. Tom, get us up to speed there. I know you were just talking to your producer here, Jay Blackman.
Yeah.
We have a hold, a 10-minute hold here. That's why the countdown is not going down anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And pardon me, I've got NASA in one ear. I'm trying to monitor their conversations. This is not unusual. Stand by.
Hertz measurements correct, so we would have had to lose it for...
So a lot of this is just normal process, and they built in holds into their countdown. That's normal to run diagnostics, to double check all of the telemetry, to make sure that there's nothing that they're working that should hold them up. This is, we should make the point, unlike the space station, when they had to launch and then they have to rendezvous with the station, they're trying to hit a moving target with the station, right? Yeah. There's no moving target here, and that's why the window is wider. They've got to go into an orbit around Earth, a high out orbit, then they got to fire the rocket and head towards the moon at about Mach 33. 24,000 miles per hour. So they've got a little wiggle room here, and they just want to make sure that they don't get rushed into a scenario.
And Steve, the astronauts obviously trained for this. They know these delays are going to happen. They have to be so ready to go for this moment, but at the same time, they have to remain calm. And people say on launch day, the astronauts are the most calm out there.
Oh, I've been there. I've waited for things to happen. I've climbed back out of the seat and got back in the bus and drove back and waited another 3 weeks. I had one mission that we had 17 launch dates. So, but believe me, going to the moon requires patience and integrity. And these people are, and I don't just mean the crew, I mean everybody here that we're listening to on the loops and all the people who are responsible to make this rocket. That's really what they mean by integrity, having the patience to do it correctly and safely.
Yeah, and you want to get it right because, like you said, you got to be safe, Tom. And this has been delayed, right? I mean, the first time they came in, they thought, you're listening in? Let's listen in here.
I think we should listen in right now.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and just verify everybody has everything else complete. Launch director, and if we do, we'll be ready to pick up the poll at that time, unless there's something else that you're aware of.
No, sir. Let's verify all our work is complete, and I would like one last check of our constraints list.
All right, let's see.
That's Charlie
OTC,
Blackwell Thompson. She's the launch director.
She's making history.
She is the first woman to hold that job.
Yeah, OTC, this is CBSC. That 400 step 290 is complete. Copy.
Okay, so OTC, you're complete with all your work?
That's affirmed.
All right, copy that. STC?
STC is complete.
And GTC?
GTC is complete.
Okay, excellent. All right, and LPE, just want to verify we have no open constraints at this time.
No open constraints. We have a clear board, sir.
Okay, tracking the same here.
Clear board.
And launch director, with that, we are clear and ready to pick up the launch readiness poll.
It's her call now.
Go.
All right, sir. I am go for the poll.
All right. And for all personnel, this is the NTD conducting the Artemis II launch readiness check. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
GTC is go.
STC.
STC is go.
GTC.
C's go.
MCO.
CO is go.
Safety console.
The safety console is go.
LPE.
LPE is go.
RTD.
RTD is go.
Houston flight.
Houston flight is go.
ROC.
ROC is go.
And CDR.
Crew is go.
Copy that. Thank you, Reed. And launch director, NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed at this time.
All right, NTD, I copy all. At this time, I'll perform my poll. Attention on the net. This is the launch director performing the final poll for launch. Verify no constraints and go for launch. EGS, Program Chief Engineer.
Artemis Chief Engineers are go.
Copy, thank you. EGS, Chief Safety Officer.
The Artemis CSOs are go.
Copy, thank you. Range weather.
Launch weather is go.
Thank you, LWO. And Artemis MMT Chair.
MMTs go.
Thank you, John. And Integrity Launch Director.
Good here with Charlie PLT.
Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are going for our families.
MS1.
This is Christina. We are going for our teammates.
MS2. This is Jeremy. We are going for all humanity. All right, Charlie, your Artemis II crew is go for launch. Full send.
I copy that. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis II. Let's go. And into the launch director.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yes, sir. You have a go to proceed with countdown.
Copy that. I'll put it in work. CDR, NTD.
Go.
Gear risers and initiate short purge per your EPROC 10.1.1, steps 8 and 9.
10.1.1, 8 and 9 going to work.
Copy. CVSE NTD, start and verify recordings of our Orion cameras.
Copy and work.
Thank you. RSR NTD.
RSR.
All right, perform the booster ignition SNA arm rotation. Enable at this time, please.
RSR in work.
So we witnessed quite a moment there, Steve. I want you to kind of walk us through what we've been hearing. It just speaks to the dozens of teams that are working on this. Everyone has to say it's a go. Everything was clear. Right before they started, you said, wow, because they said the board was cleared. What did that mean?
There are no launch commit criteria that they're working, or that it's all clear. So there are no problems that would keep us from launching, is what they said. And couldn't you hear a little bit of the excitement and emotion in each of those voices as they went through the leaders of this whole pyramid?
When we heard inside of Integrity, which is the name of the capsule, it was interesting. It was the Canadian astronaut who I think said it best, Al. Yeah. He said, we're doing this for humanity, and we all kind of said, wow.
It really literally sent shivers, I think, down everybody's spine, goosebumps, because that, in the end of the day, is what, because to your point, Tom, you mentioned it's taken hundreds of thousands of people all around the world who have put their hands, literally, on that SLS.
Charlie Blackwell-Thompson, Tom, she knows the magnitude of this moment. We heard it in her voice, and she had some inspiring words for that crew before they lift off.
I've talked to her several times, and she said that she, as a little girl, watched Apollo landing on the moon. They rolled that black and white TV into her classroom, and that was the moment that she went home and told her family, I want to do that someday. And she was a little girl. And the reaction was, okay, sweetie, that may not be a job for you. She's been determined since she was a little girl, and she's running the show right now.
About to make history. Steve, talk to our viewers. Explain the countdown again. Still hasn't started yet. We're still in that 10-minute mark. What's going on right now?
They're kind of shifting over to getting the rocket actually ready to go. So there's
arming, pressurizing, doing the whole checklist.
Exactly. Inside the cockpit now, you heard the visors down. So the helmets come down. They do an air purge with pure oxygen. So now they're breathing pure oxygen.
Yeah. I don't know if we have Ryan Chandler. If we do, I'd love to go to him because I know he's with a lot of space fans out there on the beach watching this. It was interesting as we were listening to this and as they were giving the poll and everyone was saying to go, we could hear cheers sporadically around where we are here at the Kennedy Space Center, and I think people were hearing maybe a beat earlier than we were. Ryan's live for us now. Ryan, what's the mood like where you are?
Tom, you're so right. I mean, it is a hot Florida evening, and I got full body chills when I heard those speeches come there. This is the best seat in the house on this beautiful afternoon. Hundreds of thousands of people flocking to the region just to see this with their own eyes. We've met people from all across the world, from Brazil, Costa Rica, London, Canada, all coming here just to see this. You really get a sense, talking to so many people, that this is a slice of humanity that cuts through generations. We met people who have never seen this before, who have hoped for this day for their entire lives, and others, the family they came with, who remember the golden days of Apollo, and this brings them right back to that full circle moment. You really feel standing here in anticipation that we are about to witness history, and all these people are in good spirits as we await the final seconds, Tom.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Ryan. Thank you. I want to bring in Gadi Schwartz now. Gadi was so instrumental in explaining one of the concerns they had earlier today, maybe a couple of hours ago, when there was something. Oh, and this is a big moment now. It looks like the countdown clock is about to resume. I'm being told by our control room, and there it is. We're less than 10 minutes away from taking off. You can hear cheers all around the Kennedy Space Center. This is incredible. Gadi, I do want to go back to you because they're about to do something very important, which is arm the flight termination system. And earlier in the day, that had caused a little bit of problems. Explain to our viewers exactly what that is and why that's so important. Again, no problems as of late.
Yeah, it's so important, and yet something that we will not be needing here. So I've got my little model here. This is the SLS, right? And so the flight termination system, basically, not only are we putting humans on the top of this 30-some story rocket and then having a controlled explosion on the bottom, there are also strategically placed bombs throughout this rocket ship that basically are there just in case things go wrong, and the capsule has to eject. It's pulled off by this system up at the top, and the astronauts would be safely pulled away, and then the parachutes would deploy, and then this thing would need to blow up in the sky to basically come down in small enough pieces so that no one here on Earth gets hurt. But that's just some of those systems that you don't even think about when you see that majestic stack sitting there on the launch pad ready to go. But Tom, I just got to say, I mean, we got 8 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Up until now, so many of us have gone outside and we've looked up at the moon, that moon that we all share here on Earth, and we've thought in awe, wow, humans have gone up there. And then we think, wait, why have we not gone back there? Like, what's going on? Today, that may end. Today, when we look up at the moon, we may see that beautiful shape and think, we are going there. And that might change forever. This might be a thing. This might be a defining moment for humanity. Establishing an ongoing presence on the moon opens up the solar system for us. And it's just incredible to see. We've got 7 minutes, 53 seconds to go.
Gadi, I'm going to Gadi, you're putting it so poetically, but I'm going to interrupt you for a second. We're moving the arm now, as you can see, one of the first major steps here, as we're so close. If your kids are outside, if you're trying to tell them they have to go take a bath, now is not the time. 6:35 is the new time we have for liftoff. It's going to happen, as you see in that countdown, in less than 8 minutes, 7 minutes and about 30 seconds right now. You're going to witness history in this country. It's going to be quite the moment, and Gadi was making that point as well. And Tom, so many are going to be watching our coverage, and they're going to be asking, why has it taken more than 50 years after we put an American on the moon?
Well, there are a lot of reasons to that. I mean, the short answer is America decided we'd spend enough. We went there, been there, done that, and we wanted to spend money on domestic programs. And then, oh, by the way, why don't we build out the shuttle program and really try to own low Earth orbit and do science in low Earth orbit? But as we've said, this is the biggest, most powerful rocket NASA has ever built. And when you see this thing light, let me give you the stats here, because this is awe-inspiring. Yeah. It will be 8.8 million pounds of thrust when this thing goes up, 3.5 million pounds of thrust in each of the booster rockets there. And these core engines are equipped with, they've been upgraded to produce 418,000 pounds of thrust. What does that mean? It means it's going to send it at 17,000 miles per hour into a very high orbit around the Earth. They'll spend a day there, and then they really light the fire, and they kick into Mach 33, 24,000 miles, headed all the way to the moon.
And Al, I think in about 6 days from now, if I'm correct, I think it's April 6th, maybe 5 days from now, they're going to look out their window, and they're going to see the moon. It's going to be the size of a basketball.
I know. And it's kind of, it's really mind-boggling when you think about it. And the fact that they are going to be the first humans to put eyes on certain parts of the dark side of that moon. And you know, to your point, Tom, about why we haven't done it, you know, listen, a lot of people think, oh, all this money being spent. Well, the fact of the matter is our lives right now, technologically, are due to advances that were made during the space program, from GPS to the way the materials that power our cars, all those things. And who knows what we're going to develop add the technology as Artemis continues to move further.
I think even to the device that has fed so many journalists, the microwave,
as
well. Just
the weather satellites.
And the weather satellites. Thank you,
Steve. As we close in on 5 minutes here, there are a couple key things that are still needing to happen, right? Where they have to burn off the hydrogen igniters. I mean, still some major sort of technical issues. This is very important, these next 5 minutes.
Well, one thing they're doing right now is pressurizing the core stage tanks, and that means is the fuel will be able to actually flow to the rocket engines. That's essential. But you're also looking for leaks. You're looking for temperature excursions. The turbo pumps that press the propellant, so you've got a fuel and an oxidizer into the engines, have to work perfectly.
And then, Tom, I want you to walk us through what we're going to see right at liftoff. We know it's going to be incredible when it lifts off the ground.
Yeah.
From there, at some point, those two massive rockets, right, attached to it, the SLS, are going to break off.
That's right. The boosters separate at 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the rocket lifting off. A key phrase to listen for to the viewers out there, it's called max Q. That means the maximum dynamic pressure on this rocket structure. That's at about 1 minute and 10 seconds into flight. Then again, at about 2:08, the rocket boosters separate out. And then at about 8 minutes and 6 seconds, the core stage and the main engine cutoff occurs. That's a critical moment. I always keep holding my breath until we actually have that core stage, main engine cutoff, because that's when you know that they should be safe in space.
From the rundown that we have here, right, the RS-25 engine startup.
Yeah.
That right there, Steve, what is that going to feel like? What's that going to sound like? Will the astronauts themselves know we're ready to take off in a few minutes?
Those four those RS-425s will start about 6 seconds before you leave the ground, and you can feel that rumble come right up through the rocket. Now, you're covered with so much stuff, you don't hear it quite so much, but you definitely feel it. And when the solid rocket boosters light, you are flung off the ground. It's not soft.
Steve, I want you to listen for a second and tell us what we're hearing here.
Helium purge, Steve, just occurred.
Okay. So helium is used to push some of the propellant into the plumbing.
GLS is go for purge sequence.
And so that's a normal.
At what point does if you're a person of faith and you're an astronaut, at what point does the praying start? Is it right before liftoff, or I know this team has been praying for 3 years together.
It's when you tell your family that you're going to fly in space.
From that moment on.
That's when, that's when everything gets serious. Let me be clear about something. These people are not worried. These people are not anxious. They're not stressed. They dealt with the magnitude of this event and the risk that goes with it long ago. And so right now they're focused on the mission. They're glad to be there. It is their life dream coming true. It would be anybody's in this business.
But you mentioned the families, though, Steve, and that should not get lost. I'm looking over at the NASA building. I see friends and family right now looking from the top of the NASA building right there on the balcony. These families have to be holding their breath. I know they are.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I was on the mission after Columbia.
In fact, I think that's what Christina Koch said for our families.
Yeah.
And Drew Feustel said the same thing. It's hard on the families. So if you want to look for heroes in this business, don't look to the astronauts. Look at their families. Those are the heroes.
Jeremy Hansen had to have, he said, a very adult conversation with his teenagers about the very distinct possibility he wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
And that they had to go on without him. Obviously, everybody has done everything they can to ensure that they do come back, but they've had to have those conversations with family members, including their teenage kids.
We're about 90 seconds from launch. We're gonna give over the airwaves, if you will, voluntarily to NASA, because we want to listen as soon as they start speaking again. Right now, let's listen in.
It's really good news.
1 minute.
GLS go for ALS.
$25. 15. 10.
GLS is go for core stage engine start.
Integrity, good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch. Integrity, AMT high. Integrity through max Q on, pumps fully on.
Stan, we have you loud and clear on pumps fully on.
Have you the same? First stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
If you are joining our special coverage right now of NBC News of the Artemis II launch, you have just witnessed up right now. Just a reason to look up, and cheers from everyone here at the Kennedy Space Center. And incredible, but something very important just happened. We saw the two rockets, right? They detached, Tom, and we're waiting on another critical moment in just a few minutes.
That's right. So keep your eyes on that clock right now. I'm looking over my shoulder with 3:13 into flight. We're going to wait for 8:06. That's going to be when the core stage, we have main engine cutoff. And as I said earlier, I always hold my breath until we have that, but they are off to a great start. While we are cheering here on the ground, and literally the building is shaking. In typical NASA speak, they're understated. All systems nominal. That means it's all great.
Yeah. Business as usual. The skies over Florida, the skies then over Georgia and beyond, seeing Artemis and this Integrity capsule enter space. Steve, at this point right now, what are the astronauts doing inside the capsule? Holding on?
You expect me to have words right now?
You've been to space. You've been to space.
And that's why.
And it still gets you.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah. Anybody who's been to space would find that to be just a beautiful example of human audaciousness. So the crew is enjoying themselves right now. They're watching their systems. They're feeling the pressure. It's very rough on the solid rocket boosters until they come off, and now it's a smooth, accelerating ride.
Al, it was incredible, right? Clear blue skies, and you could just see it.
Yeah, I mean,
lift off from Earth and just shake us.
But the flame, it's one of those things that television, no matter what you watch, and our crews are terrific and the technology, but to see that flame in person, it's brighter than anything I've ever looked at with my naked eye.
Yeah. Tom, you had seen obviously this takeoff before. This is the first time with humans, though. Can you tell just from your human eye the power of it? I mean, does it look different? Does it sound any different?
I would say it feels different. Yeah. You know, because the truth is the Saturn V rocket, I wasn't here for that, but that's actually taller, but this is more powerful. Yeah. And literally, it shook the building here. Good comms, that's critical. They reported all good comms. You don't want to be going up into space with bad comms. Yeah. The other important note here is that Reed Weissman told Houston it was a great view.
Oh, you love to hear that. And speaking of views, Tom, what are we looking at right now? Do we know some of these angles that NASA's providing here? What is this here? Is this the back of the SLS? Do we know?
So we are going to be getting multiple camera views. They're taking a page from SpaceX, which puts a camera on everything. Right. So NASA is now putting a camera on everything, and we are going to get the views, and I can't quite tell what that is, but we're going to be getting views from literally watching main engine cutoff. Again, that's going to happen at, where are we at? 5:36. We got 4 good engines right now. At 8:06 in, we'll have main engine cutoff, and then you will eventually, we expect, see the separation. Eventually, that's going to be the next main issue that we watch for very closely. Core stage separation at about 8:18.
So we're about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes, Steve, from that. How complicated is that process? Because I don't want to say that's the whole king caboodle here, because we just saw an incredible thing happen, but it's so critical.
It is very critical. It's so critical that they've made it as simple as possible to have as few failure modes as you could have.
The other interesting point here, Tom, is that they're not physically doing anything other than just sitting back and watching. This is all automated, controlled from the ground. They have a joystick or a command stick, if you will. They can talk about the thrust and the roll, but for the most part, they don't need to. This is all automated.
And this is a nominal shutdown. Just we have right now showing our viewers here a visualization of what was going on there. And I'm going to ask the control room. That's the visualization of what the separation would look like. I think this is inside NASA as well.
You're looking out of the launch control room right there.
As they were looking right a little bit after takeoff, and actually this might be right now. We're seeing the kind of the same image over our heads as well. As we wait for this critical moment in about less than 2 minutes, which is the separation. And from that moment, Tom, that's when sort of the real business, again, what we just saw was incredible, but the real business into space starts, and the journey around the Earth, because it's not directly to the moon, it's around the Earth and then around the moon.
That's right. And so they're going to spend, as I said, 24 hours in a high apogee, if you will, a high orbit around the Earth. Essentially, they want to create a huge elliptical loop, if I'm using the right term. Steve is going to correct me. That's going to put them in a huge loop around the moon. And then that allows them to go further.
Integrity, AOA open.
It allows them to go farther than any humans ever. So this is all about configuring for that move, and so far so good. So again, 8:06, we're going to see the core stage separate from the engine, and then we'll watch as Orion, once it's in orbit, they're going to deploy their solar arrays. That gives them power that they need.
And then, Tom, the rockets, as they break off, they fall into the Atlantic.
Yep.
We know. Oh, yeah, we fall into the Atlantic. Yep. And then this other piece, the other piece that just is going to separate now. Yeah. That also falls straight into the Atlantic. Okay.
In some ways, this is harkening back to the old days of Apollo, right? So, you know, SpaceX reuses some of their pieces.
Which is incredible technology, and it sort of was a game changer. Yeah.
Amazing. But that's not what this is about. They're going to be dropping, they have dropped their SRBs, and then they're going to be also eventually dropping that course.
And it's right here. If we can watch this live right here.
Here we go.
Walk us through what's happening. Actually, let's listen in.
Separated.
Nominal main engine cutoff, so the 4 RS-25s have done their job. Now we've got stage separation from the core. That looks smooth as can be, just beautiful. And how wonderful to actually see that on video.
Yeah, and
in
again,
real time.
Since we're outside the NASA building, we hear the cheers about a second before we actually see them. They're a little bit ahead of us, but again, cheers for what we just witnessed there. It was a very quick shot, but you could see, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Steve, is it the capsule that is coming off, or what exactly is coming out?
It's the capsule and the service module.
Okay.
And leaving the core stage, the big that had all the fuel tanks in it.
And then part of the reason to circle the Earth before they had on their way to the moon is to make sure that the capsule is working, that everything is, that they can navigate, that they can drive this, that everything is working in perfect order.
Yeah, it's like going camping in your backyard before you go to Everest.
Just making sure everything works there. Tom, NASA's providing these visualizations, which this is not obviously what's happening right now, but these are ideas of what's happening, so we can sort of understand this is what it's going to look like right now.
Yeah, listen, I think that we are watching the latest cutting-edge technology at play. I mean, this is truly America at the cutting edge here. And I think it's important and relevant to take a moment and say, wow, we should be collectively, not as Americans, not as North Americans, but just as humans, proud of the achievement here. The humans have been able to do this, and we're about to go even further than ever before. It's exactly what they'd hoped for, setting the stage to eventually put humans on the moon.
And Al, in your interviews, I know when you spoke to the crew, they thought their ultimate goal was that this would be a moment of unity for the world.
Exactly, because and they said that over and over. Yeah. This is not about them. This is about what we can do, how we can stretch those outer limits, what we can discover as we get ready to make that landing on the moon.
And they're so humble. I think in one of the interviews that you or Tom did, they said they would be happy if the next interview is with the next Artemis crew, and they want this just to keep going.
They almost want to be forgotten. They want to make their mark, get the job done, and then they want the spotlight on the next crew because they're going to go even further. You know, do you remember Apollo 10?
Yeah.
Most of us don't. We remember Apollo 11, right?
Yes.
But Apollo 10 set the stage for Apollo 11.
Ryan Chandler is with space fans out there witnessing this moment in history. Ryan, what was it like to watch from your vantage point there on the beach?
And for PWD setup, just a reminder, halfway open on the secondary.
Can you hear Ryan?
Well, Ryan is speechless.
No, I can't hear program
right now. Ryan, I don't know if Ryan can hear us. The astronauts can hear
I think they're
NASA,
dialing me
we're
in.
still okay. We're gonna try to get Ryan. It's live TV,
They're dialing
folks, and they're dialing back. We need a launch commander, I think, but we're good to go.
But you know, I think the other thing that's interesting, Tom, is that they are testing new things, including a brand new toilet. Which is very important. You know,
and I heard it's very cramped, from what I understand.
But you know, the toilet. Everybody kind of jokes at that. But you know, would you want to go to the moon without a working toilet?
Yeah,
it's a brand new technology. They want to make sure that works. They got a new water system they want to work. Brand new telemetry, brand new comms, a brand new deep space comms network. So there's an awful lot to test drive here before they send humans to the surface.
Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian who's on board this mission, said it's his first time in space. He hopes not to annoy his fellow astronauts because he's never really floated before. And he says, I'm sure he's so big it's going to get kind of annoying at first, but they'll get used to it. How hard is it once you're there and you're weightless?
Oh, you're very annoying. Oh, yeah. I bumped into everybody. But I have a special note of pride about Jeremy because I come from a Canadian family, too. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Well, and if you can, I mean, what is it like, this moment like for Canada?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? There have been very few Canadian astronauts. Every one of them is super special. I've known most of them. And Jeremy's an amazing guy. And can you imagine this being your first mission ever?
Wow.
Just what a wonderful guy. And he's representing an entire country. That section of humanity is very, very proud of him, and I am too.
And timing is everything in life, and what a great time for Canada and the U.S. to come together in a mission like this and at a moment like this when the world is watching. I think we do have Ryan Chandler now. Systems are a go, from what I understand. Ryan, talk to us about what the space watchers out there are saying.
Tom, that was one of the most incredible things that I've ever seen, but the most interesting thing to me was not even looking at the rocket. It was looking this way at people's faces and seeing that raw reaction. So many people here, this is the first time they'd ever seen that in their life. It's seeing the mom embrace her kid and say, look, anything is possible. It's people looking up and realizing what this means, not just for the United States, but for the world and for humanity. Tom, if I may, I know we have a great team of experts that we've been talking to all day. I found one of my own on the ground here. This is Mr. Adrian. Thanks for helping us out. What did you think when you looked up to the stars and saw that launch today?
It was so incredible. This is like my first time seeing this, waiting for such a long time.
And you know a lot about this mission. What does this mean? What were you looking for when this launch happened?
Like, something really important is like it's like so brave of the astronauts that wanted to go there. Like, they never denied it. They just went like this, and they just said, we just go.
And you want to be one of them one day.
Let's
go. All right, we'll see you on Mars. Adrian, thank you so much, sir. Tom, I mean, that really makes the day.
Go, Ryan.
Yeah. Tom.
Yeah, little Adrian there, and so many little Adrians all around this country will never forget this moment. Tom, you were just sending me a note here. You're getting text messages from friends in Canada as well who are watching this and just in awe.
And they're watching. I told them, watch NBC News. Don't watch the Canadian Broadcasting Company. So to Joe, my good friend, to Jacinta, my good friend, to others, they have been watching, and they are so proud of this moment. So proud to see Canada step forward. But in typical Canada nice fashion, Jeremy is the most unassuming, nice, easygoing guy, and they're proud of that, that he represents the best of them.
You know, it's incredible because at this time we have multiple wars that are happening across the world right now. We hope this is a moment that the world can get around. That's what the astronauts wanted. You wonder if something like this, and obviously we're in the moment right now, we'll see what happens tomorrow, and we live in a different era than the 60s and 70s, as you guys know. But the big question is, can the world and can the U.S. get around this moonshot? And will it motivate and maybe lead to more space travel and maybe more investments into space?
Well, I think what's going to, the thing about when Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, I was 15. I was watching with my family around a Sears Roebuck television, and it brought everybody together, and it ignited a can-do spirit that we can do these things. And I think with this crew, from whether you're a Canadian, whether you're a person of color, whether you're a woman, whether you're anybody, you see some of yourself in this group, and that's going to spur that interest, that desire to move forward.
Yeah, Tom, as we watch and all of the moments that happened earlier when this thing took off, Artemis II was so incredible. An important moment's going to happen in about 3 hours, right? 3 hours from now, we have sort of a critical point in this entire mission when all eyes will be on what happens, and Orion, the capsule, something happens there. Explain to our viewers.
The Orion separates, and then it is truly on its own. And that's the point where we start seeing the proximity operations demonstrating their capability in that spaceship. This is the most advanced, well, one of the most advanced spaceships ever built, right? I don't want to speak for what SpaceX has got going. They've had an incredibly successful pattern already. But you're talking about the most advanced spaceship that has never had humans in it before. It had a great, successful, unmanned, uncrewed mission, test flight. Right. But just to be clear, that return was a problem. You may recall.
And the 5,000 degrees.
That's right.
It's a heat shield issue.
Yeah, they had more burning and charring on the heat shield on reentry than they're comfortable with. That really caused them to go back and do a big, in places, redesign and really question whether this is the right design for this ship. And everybody is still very much holding their breath and hoping and praying that that heat shield holds on reentry. And for the most part, NASA is absolutely confident that it will. Now, there's some high-profile previous astronauts who are concerned about it. They've raised that concern. We've had that on NBC Nightly News. But the majority of the engineers at NASA and the NASA leaderships believe that it will be safe and the crew will be safe on reentry.
All right, Steve, as we wait for that moment 3 hours from now, talk to us about inside the Orion capsule right now. Are the astronauts talking amongst themselves? Are they talking back to mission control? What's happening?
They're busy. They're really busy. They're in a brand new thing. They're looking at all the systems, make sure is that pressure right? Is that temperature right? Do we expect that valve to open? Then make our preparations for the separation from the ICPS and actually drive the Orion with the European service module around, flip it around, and actually do simulated dockings. Only a few hours after launch. That's an amazing thing to ask the crew to do, and I know they're excited.
And I know on this first day and this first night, they have to stay up for a long time, right? They almost, I think, at some point have to take a quick nap just to stay up longer because of what's happening and the importance of everything. Everyone has to be alert and awake.
How could you sleep?
How could you?
After that. So, but I think they'll be pretty fatigued, and if things have gone so well, they'll actually be able to sleep okay.
Yeah, we saw a quick shot of inside NASA, and it we have to talk about those teams there because we talk about the astronauts and their families and their friends, but I mean those teams from NASA as well working on this to every aspect, from the arithmetic to the building to everything to thinking about what's the next goal.
I worked in mission control for about 15 years and worked with lots and lots of missions, both ISS and lots of shuttle missions. And I saw how dedicated and smart these people are. But it's not just the individual people. It's the way they're linked together into kind of a super brain. And that's what's happening in mission control.
It looks like we're close to or either getting to the point where the Orion solar arrays deploy. Steve, what exactly does that mean in layman's terms?
Well, we know what solar panels do, right? And that's exactly what's essential for this vehicle. So the capsule is that little gumdrop thing, and then there's a cylinder below it, and that cylinder is the surface module. It provides power and also water and oxygen, nitrogen for the capsule itself. And that power is going to come from the sun, so we need those solar arrays.
So an important and a critical part of what's happening right now, the solar arrays deploying, and we think, Tom, that's just happened or it's about to happen.
Right this very minute. Let's listen open.
Yep, let's listen in.
Give us just 1 minute. And Stan, you can read it like it's ready to copy.
Roger. TDRS handover east to west expected 1 second earlier at 5:1 minutes 26 seconds.
Okay, bottom line is we're at that point right now when the solar arrays are deploying, assuming that goes as planned, nominally, as NASA likes to say.
All right, Stan, we copy 1 second earlier for 5126 TDRS east to west. And
we will then be waiting. The next big marker on this is going to be at 49 minutes into the mission.
Yeah.
We concur.
I've got trying to listen to them and at the same time. 49 minutes into the mission, then, that is when we will see Orion in its safe orbit.
But so far, Tom, just to put a point on this, so far everything has been great. It's been good. Systems are a go. We've witnessed a historic launch.
Couldn't ask for a better day, better mission. It's been perfect.
All right, Tom, we thank you. That's going to conclude this NBC News special report for the launch of the Artemis II mission. We'll have much more coverage ahead on our streaming network, NBC News Now, and online at NBCNews.com. I'm Tom Llamas from the Kennedy Space Center. We thank you so much for watching.
AMT high.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.